Thank you for joining me. I'm Alex, and I want to talk about Planet Fitness today. So, unsurprisingly, what they do is they sell gym memberships, and I hear they also operate gyms, but clearly that's not their main income. Current price $71.68, which gives them a market cap of $6.2 billion. So, obviously not a huge business, but far bigger than I thought. Dividend zero, I don't expect that to change, especially with things are going right now. Revenue $689 million. That is actually up significantly, which is kind of a good thing. Wouldn't expect that to continue for this year, but more on that later. Earnings $118 million, also up significantly. PE of 956. That PE again is based on the trailing 12 months and not on the numbers listed. So obviously things have not been going too well. And the reason for that is for most of the year they weren't actually allowed to operate their business, more or less. So lots of real estate, lots of electricity bills, and no one was allowed to go. So yeah, kind of a problem. Interestingly, PE is still positive in the trailing 12 months, which is a huge good sign. That is just enormously good for them. Forward PE 53, a tad high, but obviously no one can really predict the future, and where things are going right now is not a great place. So overall, I really like those numbers. I really like the PE. I really like the forward PE. I would not make short-term business decisions on that, though. Total assets, $1.7 billion. Total liabilities, $2.4 billion, which gives them a total stockholders' equity of negative $706 million, which is down from negative $375 million, which is a huge problem. So I really don't like negative balance sheets, and I don't think there's any value investors who would. So that is it's a big problem. So risk factors, people actually going to the gym, I guess. Overall, I don't think there's a lot of risk factors here. Peloton is new and kind of eating into their business, but during pandemic times, that's kind of to be expected. Also, people are buying home gym equipment and things like that. So risk factors here being mostly the pandemic and whether or not that continues when that whole thing is over. Overall, beyond that, I really don't see a lot of risk factors. So to summarize that, don't trust these numbers and don't make business decisions based on these numbers. If you can extrapolate from the previous year, then I think that you can probably make decisions about where you think this is going and whether or not you want to be part of that. Overall, obviously, for a dividend investor, there's no dividend here, so nothing to talk about. For a growth investor, the growth is actually reasonable year over year, again, based on the last year. And I don't think that's quite enough, and I really don't like the balance sheet. And overall, I think that the risk is kind of what turns me off from this stock. For a value investor, with a negative stockholder equity, there really is not a whole lot of value here. I mean, a PE of 956 is a tad high. Forward PE 53 is a tad high. If things could go to a reasonable point, I probably still wouldn't buy this because of the balance sheet and because despite making money, the balance sheet is getting worse, and that is a huge red flag for me. So again, I don't really think that anyone should be buying this stock right now. I think that they do have a future, and if you want to get into 10Ks and 10Qs and do research based on the previous year and not the current year, then you would obviously be free to do that. But with the balance sheet being what it is, I don't recommend this stock to anyone. That's it for me for today. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I'm coming out with more videos every day before market open. I hope you have a successful day.